Hello, Tarot friends. I'm going to do something slightly different now today, and it is a library haul. So I'm going to show you the things I got from the library, and it is a big haul, but I'm going to try to go through quickly. Some things I borrowed and some things I got to keep. So let's just begin. Okay, first I got this. Well, my little boy got this little big, cute little book. Oops, like light and dark, man. He actually picked this out just after I had everything else checked out, and we were leaving, and he's like, I want this book, put that in your bag. So, Cam Jansen and the Lost Tooth, and I decided to get 2 Cam Jansen books. Whoa, glare. Because I had one Cam Jansen book when I was a kid, and I really liked it, even though as an adult I do not like mysteries, and these are kind of mystery books, but I did enjoy reading. I read Nancy Drew when I was a kid, and I also enjoyed reading the Encyclopedia Brown. I loved the Encyclopedia Brown ones. And I had one of these, and I love Cam. So these are for younger books, or younger kids. So I thought I would introduce Journey to Cam Jansen. And then I got Dinosaur Dreams, because he's obsessed with dinosaurs. And, oh, okay. Well, let's just go. Harriet the Spy, which I actually got for myself, because I have never actually read Harriet the Spy, and I've never seen the movie, even though it looked really good. And I was talking with the librarian, and somehow it popped into my head, and she just brought it right to me. So, it's time for me to read Harriet the Spy. This one's cute. That's not my monster. These all have touchy things like soft eyebrows and sparklies. So, that's a cute one. Little texture book. And play date for Panda. Looks fun. Those are the children's books. And now we'll go to the adult books. Equal size. Piles are equal in size. Number of books, not so much. Whoops. So, okay. This book is called Spectacle. And it just looked delicious. And then I found out it was book 2 in the Menagerie series. But I'm still excited to try it out and see if it's interesting, if I can follow along. If I can't, then I'll try to get the other one. But I thought I didn't really have time to go back and look for book 1. And maybe book 1 isn't as good anyway. Sometimes book 2 is better. So this is the one I found that jumped out at me. So this is the one I picked to read. And this I think is a horn. Like a rhinoceros horn type of thing. But at first it looked like a moon, but it's not a moon. And then I got this, The Magician's Land, which popped out at me. And this turns out it's book 3 in the series. The Magician and the Magician's King come first. But yeah, I just felt like really drawn to this one. This was on the new book rack. And then I opened it up and okay, apparently I am just a sucker for maps on the inside. Because I was just like, maps. Like, you had me at maps. Okay. And then, dun, 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 The Witches of Eastwick by John Updike. Never read it. Can't wait to read it. Very excited to read it. That's all I got to say. But then, I also found out there's The Widows of Eastwick. So even better. Super, super, duper, duper, duper excited about those. I didn't even get to the other books. Then, we checked out some movies. Practical Magic. And then, can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? The Witches of Eastwick. Of course. Practical Magic, I'm watching, and I realized I've only ever seen it one time, and not from the beginning. I don't know how that has happened, but I'm definitely going to have to buy this at some point, because it is fantastic. And I have always been a huge fan of Sandra Bullock since forever, and I like Nicole Kidman a lot. And she is stunning in this movie, and stunning in pretty much everything she's in. But I'm a big, huge Sandra Bullock fan, so just everything about this movie is awesome. So, Witches of Eastwick. This is a little bit corny, but it's gonna be fun. Haven't seen it in a while. I saw it first when I was a kid, and it was like, whoa, because it was the 80s, you know, Cher, Susan Sarandon, HBO, all that stuff. They had a TV show for a little while called Eastwick, which I really, really liked. But it was only on for about 2 seasons, and the second season in the US, they did not air all the episodes. And they didn't air them in order, and they took it off the air, so people who were watching it got some stuff that didn't make any sense. So I don't know if that's out, and the cast was amazing. But yeah, I wish they would have continued to make it for another channel or something. So I don't know if it's on DVD or not, but I would definitely get it if it was. And then Pete's Dragon, because Journey wanted Pete's Dragon, but he also started to watch Practical Magic, and then he fell asleep because he was really tired. But he likes spooky stuff, and he keeps asking to see spooky stuff, so we're watching that. Then, as we're leaving, they have a free cart. It's old books, of course, but so John Updike, the author of the Eastwick books. So I've got the Eastwick books, and I've got the these are pants, by the way. It looks like naked to me, but they're pants. I don't know anything about this book other than that it's by the author. And when it's an old copy, it's very old. And when I looked in the beginning at other books, The Witches of Eastwick was not even listed yet. So this copy came out before those books even came out. Which, I don't know, I have a love for old books. So, you know, I really don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I actually started, I read the first paragraph, and I like the writing so far. Men emerge pale from the little printing plant at 4 sharp. Ghosts for an instant, blinking into the outdoor light overcomes the look of constant indoor light clinging to them. In winter, Pine Street is at this hour in dark. Darkness presses down early from the mountain that hangs above the stagnant city of Brewer. But now in summer, the granite curves, starred with mica, and the row houses differentiated by speckled bastard sidings, and the hopeful small porches with their jigsaw brackets, and gray milk bottle boxes, and the sooty ginkgo trees, and the baking curbside cars wince beneath the brilliance like a frozen explosion. Wow, that's a long sentence. But I like long sentences in my books, so I'm not going to complain. Yeah, so I don't know anything about this book, really. Just thought, what the heck, it's free, old, and it's by the other books I want to read, or by the author. Oh, I meant to say, the free rack was very picked over when I got to it. Very, very picked. I took almost everything that was on it. There were a few other things, but so these things really easily. Oh, did I mention this, The Pull of the Moon? I don't know what I said about it now. So, you know, the book, when I saw it, you know, it looks like a romance novel. It's actually not, but just the way this paperback style or whatever. It's actually just fiction, but it looks like a romance novel. I'm not a... I will read romance novels sometimes, but I haven't in a long time. They're definitely not my go-to. I just, like, buy them when they're on sale for, like, $2 for a whole bag at a garage sale. And they're actually always better than I think they're going to be. But I wasn't really going to bother with this, except for some reason, the title, it just came. It just, The Pull of the Moon. It just pulled to me because of the title. And then when I looked at it, it's not a romance novel. And it's about a woman who leaves her life behind at, I think, like 50 or something. And yeah. So, I don't know. It's really interesting. And it's really weird, too, because it kind of reminds me, it's sort of on the edges of, especially with this, oh my gosh. There's so much like a book that's in my head that I want to write. But I know that my book is different from this, but the picture is sort of perfect. And it does relate to the moon. So hopefully it's not too much like the book I want to write, or I won't be able to write it because it'll be already written. But so, okay. So those two. And then I almost missed it. But, ta-da. The Concubine, Story of Anne Boleyn. And this is just an old book. I don't know. It's just an old, really old book. But I'm just excited to have this book. And it's going to be pretty awesome. So, basically, there you have it. There's my book haul, my gigantic book haul from the library. I hauled all these books home in my great big trusty, like, I think this is hibiscus flowers, but don't quote me on it. My beautiful pink bag. It's one of those little, like, it rolls up into a little pouch, like this big around and this long. It has a little strap, and then you let it go, and whoosh, and it holds all these books. So, I don't know who's going to find this interesting. Maybe, who knows? Sometimes stuff you think is not much turns out to, like, be the biggest hit of anything you post. But I posted it, and I got to talk about my cool library haul. Unfortunately, the movies do have to go back, but I will I'll be looking to purchase them at some point in my life when I feel a little more flush. So, this is Ultraviolet Morgan saying goodbye for now, tarot friends. Thank you for watching.